folks, Travis Fox here with foxoptic.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at a few of the tripod systems that we sell on our website. Primarily we're going to be focusing on the Shadow Tech stuff. I'm a huge fan of both the pig saddle and the hog saddle systems that we sell. So what we're going to do, we'll just jump right in on it. Over here we've got the Shadow Tech pig saddle system that we sell. It's Shadow Tech's pig saddle. It's a steel melanite version of the hog saddle. It's a little less expensive model, obviously, but still really well built. It's got running the same vibrational dampening system, steel with the melanite finish. We're coupling that with a really good little 46mm ball, and down underneath of that you're going to find the Shadow Tech field tripod leg setup. That is basically a set of slick legs. They've been really well received. Everybody likes the slick legs really well. They're built very durably. What Shadow Tech has done is they went so far as to have them built to their own parameter. They're running a shorter yoke in here. They're adding a counterweight hook into their package and a set of spiked feet in addition to what you would normally get. So the main thing being, well, it's all good in the package, but the main thing being with that shorter yoke, if you're going to be in a laying position or a setting position where you need to get your legs spread out and get really low to the ground, you're going to be able to do that much easier with this shorter center section, because it's not going to be down here longer, you know, where you've got it set at the lowest height possible up here and it's down through the bottom hitting on the ground. So $399.99. This is the one that we sell the most of. It's also the one that you will see us occasionally coupling, you know, in some of our thermal kits and that. One of the big things that, you know, we'll just touch on briefly is whether you're, you know, regardless of what you're running in the way of night vision, whether it be near IR or the thermal, the tripod systems are going to give you the ease of having a place to park the gun. You know, if you're running a scanner, especially like this is the new Pulsar Axion that they just came out with, you can have the gun sitting there on the ready. In the case of, like, this is Sightmark's Wraith with the Sniper Hog Light we're running up here. So like, you're going to get really good reflective clarity out of that device, and it's by having it on the tripod set up ready to go, going to give you the ability to scan, you know, with your thermal, get really good detects, have your lights cut off so you're super covert. When the time comes, I've pinpointed something, I know the general direction, going to cut my light on and go to that. Or if I'm running thermal, I don't have to sit there and scan with the device. I can unencumber myself to run a monocular like that if I'm fortunate enough to do so. If I'm not, then it gives me the ability to have that tripod system holding that for me as I'm scanning. So, you know, either way it's a win-win, and you couple that up within your general use. You know, if you're shooting long range occasionally, or just any general hunting, even if it be night or, you know, night or day, it's essentially like having, you know, a field rest that you can just take with you any place without having to have a table and a setup all like that. And it's very handy, convenient, easy to tote around. So again, this has been our most popular one, $399.99. It's the pig saddle tripod setup. We're also, one thing I forgot to mention, we're running a DP60 dual pin plate underneath here. So you're going to get two plates in this setup. You're going to get one to use as a spare, you know, in case you want to run a spotting scope or something on it. But in addition to that, you're also going to get the DP60 plate on here, which allows you to pin both the 3/8 and the 1/4 inch holes into your saddle so you don't get any slip as you're twisting. So it's a really good, well thought out system, 399 bucks. Over here, we've got the hog saddle system, which is essentially their Cadillac system. It's an aluminum machined top plate, same vibrational arrest system. Underneath it, you're running, this is a Sunway Photo 52mm ball head, so a much beefier ball head system that they're running underneath here with a quick detach. They've got their own QD plate that comes with that. Same leg, it's dual pin also, same leg setup. What you're going to see here in the balls, the 52mm ball versus the 46, or like some of these guys that are putting these kits together, in my opinion, getting way too small, like a 35 or something like that. We choose not to go less than the 46. That bigger ball surface gives you more frictional control, so you start getting long or some weight here, you start to get some sponginess, you start to get some issues with not being able to get the tightness if you go too small, because you just don't have that frictional resistance that you need on the outside of there. It takes away the smoothness, it adds some sponge and some slop. So, you know, if you can afford it, the Hog saddle here, you know, it's a beefier plate. That bigger ball is going to take bigger guns, you know, that you're going to be able to throw on there. It's long range, it's going to give you less sponge, better performance. So, you know, $749 here. Considering that either one of these is going to give you a whole lifetime of performance, I think those are exceptional values for what they're going to bring to your overall experience. So, you know, a huge fan of both of these models, which brings us to the newest entry that we've got over here, which is Bog. This is a Bog Death Grip fiber carbon tripod setup. I just will tell you, I mean, I'm not really meaning to knock on it. I get that they're hitting a price point with the thing. It's $249. It's only going to get you a 2-axis head. You know, the materials they're using in here look to me like they're cast. So, you know, the long-term reliability of the thing, I would say, is somewhat questionable. I think that very clearly what they're trying to do is go after the market share that these guys have built up in a cheaper version of the same thing, which, you know, that's what a lot of these companies do. I'm not a big fan of it because I don't think that the value is going to prove itself over time. I think that it's strictly a cost issue where they're trying to drive that price down. Personally, I would rather have the longevity that I feel like you're going to get in the Shadow Tech components. I'm not truly sold on the carbon fiber. I don't see the weight savings being significant versus the possible durability issues. And what I'm talking to there is while very strong in one direction, you know, as far as like a crushing or an impact blow, if you happen to have those things in the bed of your truck or something, I would hate to see that get damaged, whereas I think the steel is much better, or no, excuse me, not steel, it's an alloy, but much more apt to handle that in the case of the field tripod on the Shadow Tech stuff. So, you know, not really bashing it, $250. It looks like it's going to be a decently received unit, but again, it's only a 2-axis head. So in other words, you're only going to pan and tilt with the thing. You don't have a true fluid ball, so that's not going to allow you to level in some situations. I don't think that the weight savings is significant, and I'm seeing some cheapness in areas that I just don't like it. The clamp over lever arms look a little cheap. I'm seeing the use of some plastic and pop metals that just looks to me like, you know, they're obviously trying to hit a price point. But, you know, I get it, $249. You know, if that's what you got to spend and you want a tripod, that'll get you in the game. So, you know, if you have any question on any of these units, feel free to give me a call, toll free, 877-806-2977, or check us out on the web, www.foxoptic.com. Thanks a lot and have a great day.